So the Washington Commanders fall to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Got our butts spanked in the game, lost by like 30 plus points. Jaden Daniels overall, 300 total yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers until the final throw of the game for him, which was just a desperation prayer to Terry McLaurin, where Kenyon Mitchell just played. He made a great play on the ball. And so Jaden, he didn't have his best game of the year, didn't have his worst. He was kind of in the middle for me, but he was going up against one of the best defenses in the NFL. And so I didn't expect him to go out and throw for 5 touchdowns again like he did a few weeks ago against the Eagles. First drive of the game, things were going good. We had an 18-play drive. Converted a couple fourth downs, had a chance to go for it on fourth down again. Dan Quinn elected to kick the field goal. I was all right with that because at that point, it's like your odds of continuing to convert all these fourth downs. It's just unlikely that you're going to be able to keep doing that. Now, if we were inside, let's say the 10-yard line on a fourth down and short, like yeah, you go for it on that because you're close enough to the box where you really want that 7 points. And even if you don't get it, you leave the Eagles in a precarious situation, like with really bad field position. But I was okay with Dan Quinn going for that field goal to take the lead early on. First play of the game for the Eagles from scrimmage, Saquon Barkley, 60-yard touchdown run. I wouldn't call like first touchdown of the game a backbreaker, but it really felt like that for me. Like for me, it felt like a backbreaker just because in terms of like the game planning and what was going on, what they prepared for all week was that they were going to try and slow down Saquon Barkley. They were going to make sure Jalen Hurts was going to try and beat them. And so, they were going to allow one-on-one matchups with their best players, A.J. Brown on whoever. This time a lot of times it was Marshawn Lattimore. And A.J. Brown cooked them. Lattimore, I mean, we'll have to wait and see till next year if he's going to be the player he once was, which is like a multi-time Pro Bowler, like top 5 corner in the league. I mean, those days could be over with. I'm at a wait and see approach right now, and I want to just see because hamstring injury, you're not going to be able to rehab that during the season. That's something where he's going to have to take a whole off season and just try to get back to top form of where he was before. But I actually like our secondary going into next year with Mikey and him, and then Quan back there too. Jeremy Chin didn't have a very good game. That first run by Barkley, I felt like he should have definitely made that tackle. Like Quan and him were kind of in the area able to make the tackle. Quan gets a hold of him, kind of spins him around a little bit, and Chin was right there to just wrap him up and tackle him. He just whiffed on it, and after that run, it just set the tone for the whole game for me because you knew Washington was going to have to commit all they could to stopping the run. Jalen Hurts, he looked sharp in this game. I'll give him his due. He was getting one-on-one matchups, with his best receiver on our best cornerback. So NFL, that's all you can ask for a quarterback is to have a one-on-one matchup with your best player, especially if that player is A.J. Brown, who's one of the best jump ball players in the game. And so I thought he was pretty sharp actually. I'll give him his due. I feel like this game, other than the fumbles, which we'll get into, it was won and lost in the trenches though. I mean, they kicked our butts on the offense. Their offensive line kicked our butts. Our D-line didn't really get much pressure. We had to blitz a whole lot just to generate any type of pressure on them. I hated Deron Payne was out. It wouldn't have made a difference, though, in this game, given all our trouble we had with turnovers and stuff like that. But it would have been nice, given we're going up against the best running back in the league, it would have been nice to have our best, run stopper in there. But really, this game, it was still very much in the balance. You could feel the momentum starting to shift a little bit. We were down 11 in the third quarter. We were driving, and Jaden throws a low ball to Austin Eckler. He has to go down and get it and kind of falls down. And when he gets up, he's not protecting the ball, gets punched out, and Eagles recover it. Biotis came out of with the ball, but I feel like the Eagle player already had possession of it when he was down and contacted. So I'm not going to get into the refs. Like, they were bad, but that's not the reason we lost the game. So I don't feel it wouldn't be justice for me to even talk about the refs. Devontae Smith, of course, got another catch that shouldn't have been a catch against. So that seems to happen every year. But yeah, when Eckler fumbled that ball, that was game really right there. Because I mean, if we're able to continue down, we're about at midfield at that point, and if we go down, and even if we get a field goal, it's a one possession game. But if we go down and get a touchdown, we're going for two, and we're trying to make it a 3-point game. And you just never know how that's going to affect like schematics and like pressure and all that stuff. It completely changes the game. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen after that. We kick the ball off to them, they might fumble it. The whole game shifted on that thing. Now they had the advantage all game, and I get that. We were up against it. We were treading water, but in effect, the game to me was over when Eckler fumbled that ball because they go down. That's before all the hilarious shit happened with like Frankie Louvu jumping over the pile a couple times. And hell, I don't blame him. When you got the ball already down there inside the 1 yard line and it's only half the distance to the goal is your penalty for jumping off sides. Like on a play where it's pretty much guaranteed the Eagles are going to score with 4 tries, you might as well try and just, jump the snap count like you did on first down. So Louvu had a pretty good game, though. He was one of like the few guys on defense that I think played pretty well. Like Wagner was out of position at times. Of course, that first play, everybody seemed to get tripped up on the Saquon run. Mikey didn't have a good game. Had that personal foul that was like bang bang, but Lattimore got cooked. D-line didn't get enough pressure. You got to tip your hat to the Eagles. They just all around had a better team. I mean, everybody said it before the game, going through position by position, that they were better, except for maybe like quarterback and I forget linebacker maybe. And a lot of people before the game were saying Sirianni was a better coach. So it is what it is. But I got a whole lot of hate on X just because I asked a simple question to Brandon. He was talking about, I guess I got to root for the Eagles in the Super Bowl now. Oh, no, I guess I got to root for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl now. And all I said was, like, why? Like, I just want to know, like, why aren't you rooting for Philly, basically? Like, why did you choose to root for the Chiefs? And I had a whole lot of people just, like, grilling me, man, just, like, all in their feelings, like what are you, retarded? Like a team that just dropped, just did that to us. It's like, I don't care. Shit, we could have played the Chiefs this week and lost to them. Does that mean that you're just going to have a FU attitude towards them in the next game they play? I mean, it is what it is. That's football. Like, I'm not worried about the Eagles. They're 1-3 in Super Bowls. Like, so what if they get a second Super Bowl? That's the way I'm looking at it. I don't know. Y'all so like, y'all got y'all's manginas in a bunch. You need to just calm down. It ain't a big deal either way to me. I'd rather not see a three-peat happen by the Chiefs that all the time get bailed out by the refs, which granted, they don't need that. They can win games without that, but it doesn't help when, Josh Allen does a quarterback sneak for a first down where it looks close, like maybe he got it, maybe he didn't. But how do you rule it a first down on the field and then overturn it when there's no clear evidence that he was short, and then you don't even measure the ball? That's the crazy part about it. You don't even measure the ball when it's that close where you had to go and take a look where it was first ruled a first down. On the camera, you see the white line actually is the first down. Like it's not yellow because it's right on whatever yard marker it was. And he's got the ball like right there in line with it. And I mean, it's like, if it was ruled short on the field, like, I don't have a problem with that. It's the fact that it's ruled a first down and then you overturn it without even a spot, without a measurement. I mean, you don't even measure it after that. So that's crazy. But I didn't mean to get off track with that. Washington had a great year. I'm looking like in the offseason, we need to definitely address the D-line. We got a couple overpaid guys. I don't know if both of them are going to be back, our D tackles. And so I don't know if we'll re-sign all these one-year guys too, like Wagner. I'd like to bring him back, but even if we bring him back, I'd like to have like an apprentice linebacker. I call it like an apprentice, but like somebody that he can tutelage, he can train, like somebody that's going to take over eventually, because Wagner's getting up there in age, and I don't know if Fowler's going to be back. I mean, it's a lot of questions. We definitely got to beef up that D line though. The corners I like pretty good, but we definitely need to get a third corner if we don't sign Iggy. I'll just call him Iggy. And then definitely need a wide receiver 2 or 1B receiver to Terry McLaurin's 1A. Tight end, got to get one of those. Even if Ertz comes back, we need to get another tight end, I think. I mean, unless they think Ben Sennett's going to be ready. Offensive line, I mean, we got holes everywhere, man. But we're a lot better off than we were last year. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do this year in the offseason, who we're going to sign, who we're going to draft. And so we far exceeded expectations. The loss sucks and everything, but like I agree with the fans when they're like, this is probably the worst roster we're going to have during Jaden Daniels' rookie contract. Unless we do something really wrong in free agency and the draft, do some like boneheaded moves, or or if the culture just falls apart, which I don't see that happening. I mean, I think our roster is only going to get better. So until next time, Hail Commanders, peace out.